I'm going to show you in this video how to start your Zoom lesson, record it using Nimbus, and then take that recording and put it into your Google Classroom where your students can go back and watch it. So to start, we're going to log in. We've gone to zoom.us. We're going to hit sign in. Remember, the easiest way to sign in is with your Google. Now that I'm signed in, I see my pre-prepared meetings. And if you haven't watched Ashley Remmer's video that she sent out on that on Thursday, I strongly recommend you go watch that now. She talks all about setting these meetings up ahead of time so that they're ready to go. So we can assume that you've already set it up and that your students have the URL that you've put into Google Classroom. And so they can click on that and go right to your class. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to say start. Okay, so that's going to launch Zoom. Now, my Zoom meeting is launched, but I'm not recording it yet. So what you're going to need to do is install the Zoom extension, and you've got instructions on how to do that. It's fairly simple. Once Nimbus is installed, you'll see that it sits up here in your browser. So I'm actually going to click over here on the browser. Looks like it's getting rid of Zoom, but it's really just hiding it. Zoom is still down here. Okay, so we're going to go over to Nimbus. We're going to click Nimbus. And then we're going to go down and we're going to select record video. Now it's very important that you don't leave it on tab. You have to go over here and click desktop because that will record not just this tab of the browser, but the whole desktop, including that really important Zoom window down here. So once we've got it on desktop, we're going to hit start record. It's going to show us this and ask us, what do you want to record? And we say our entire screen. We click on it to confirm, and then we say share. Okay. Now, it's really important at this point to look and make sure that everything's working right, because up here you see the Nimbus button is turned into a little red dot showing that you're recording. Now, don't make the mistake of sitting here and waiting on your Zoom to launch, because remember, Zoom already launched. It's down here. So when we click this, Zoom is working and we are recording this. So at this point, I would start and I would continue on with my class. After the 90-minute class is up, we're done. All the kids have left. We're going to stop the recording. So we're going to go back over to Nimbus. So I'm going to click on this window to make it active again. And Nimbus is still recording, so we're going to tell it to stop. So we're going to hit the stop button. Brings this up. It says video is recording. I've got a 43-second video. And then I'm going to say stop. So once you've hit stop, it's going to take you to this screen. Now, we need to get this video into Google Drive. This is going to be the button you'll be tempted to click. Don't. It's not where it doesn't work. This is what we need to click, where it says Save Screencast. When you click that, you'll notice at the bottom right-hand corner, it pops up, says Download Complete, and it will tell you the name of the file, and it calls it Screencast Nimbus Capture. So that's what we've got to remember. At this point, you can close this tab, and we need to move now to your Google Drive. So I'm here in Google Drive, and I'm going to go ahead and warn you. The first thing you should do before you go in and start looking for your video is go get a sandwich. Seriously, take a minute or two, take a break. You've just done a 90-minute class. It's going to take Google a second to find and upload and process that video, especially if it's 90 minutes long. So go take a break, eat a sandwich, and when you come back into your Drive, in a new tab, you're going to go down and click Recent, because most likely that's the last screen capture. You notice I have a number of them here. They're all named Screencast-Nimbus-Capture, and then they have a date. I know that this is the correct one. What I would suggest you do is right-click and rename these as they come in. And rename them something like, be specific so that you won't lose it. So you may want to put today's date, so 3/26, and then maybe even the topic. So if I was going to talk about Beowulf and boasting, okay, that's what we covered in the class today. So once we hit that, I've got it, and now I've got a video that's called 3:36 Beowulf and boasting. If I double click on it, if it's had time to process, it'll actually let me play it from here. Okay, now this. Okay, so if it doesn't show that, it'll tell you this video is still processing. That's okay. You can go ahead with the next step. All right, so we know that's there. I'm going to hit close. So we know it's in Drive. We're happy. We know it's there. So now's the time to put it in Classroom. So I've already got my Google Classroom open in another tab. If not, if you don't, you would open it up. I'm going to click Classes, And this is going to go in my Mr. Goodson's Rocket Science class. And I'm going to go to the Classwork tab. Now that I'm in the Classwork tab, I'm going to hit Create. And I'm going to make this a material. Okay, that's a thing that you give to the kids. This has an attachment, but you're not expecting them to turn anything in. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is give it a title. You'll notice that I'm pretty specific with both my title and my description. That's something you're going to want to do with everything you do when you're working remotely with students. You want to make sure that when they look at something, when they look at one of these materials or assignments, they have absolutely no doubt as to what it is. Okay, so I've got the description. Now I need to do a couple other things. First, if you want to, you can create topics in Google Classroom. I would strongly suggest that. You may even want to make a topic that is your Zoom screencasts. You can do that right from here from the Create Topic, or you can pick No Topic. If it's No Topic, it'll go up to the top of the list. All right, so the last thing I need to do is I need to add the video. So I'm going to click Add, Google Drive. When this pops up, it by default is on Recent. And what it should bring up as the most recent is 336 Beowulf and Boasting. Single click it to select it. Move this out of the way. And then click Add. You'll notice now the video is attached. I'm going to hit Post. And there it is. So now my students simply have to click on this and they will see the video and can watch it directly here in Classroom. And that's it.